Doctor Who, Cybermen, or Star Trek's Borg, these two enemies both share the similar vision of wanting to assimilate all life forms to achieve perfection. Both are cybernetic, both lack emotion, and both are considered among the best from each franchise. But who's better? Visually, these two races differ from each other. The Cybermen have undergone many redesigns through their different appearances in Doctor Who, not only in the TV show, but in expanded media. In universe, their appearance has changed, and that's been put down to them constantly being upgraded to become the ultimate race of beings. The Borg, having slight upgrades to the look of their armour from Star Trek The Next Generation to Star Trek Voyager, retain that familiar cybernetic humanoid image, an image which I always like to relate to the original cloth-faced Cybermen from their very first appearance. In terms of origins, there have been different depictions of the Cybermen origins. You could take the Big Finish audio spare parts, where cybernetic implants are keeping the population alive on a frozen planet. A planet that the Doctor is already familiar with after past adventures. Though the ones from the parallel world created by John Lumick so that no one can ever age or ever die. Then there was the hospital wing on board a spaceship hurtling towards a black hole. Patients who were dying or already dead were amongst the first to be converted into a new race of Cybermen, and honestly, the depiction of the origins in this particular episode is pretty fucked up. The Borg's origins are a bit more ambiguous. All that is stated by Guinan in the 24th century is that the Borg were around for centuries. Like Cybermen, they have time travel abilities. The most notable example of this is in the film Star Trek First Contact, where they attempt to alter human history in the year 2063. On a side note, this may be my favourite Trek movie. The Borg are the best thing in it, and Patrick Stewart loses his shit.
Jean-Luc, blow up the damn ship!
No! No! The line must be drawn here. I will make them pay.
Don't fuck with Picard. Both Cybermen and Borg are spread out across different species as well. There was Mondaz, Telos, and the Parallel Earth versions. In Star Trek, there's thousands of species, some of which we've never seen, and some of which we have been very familiar with, like humans or Klingons. Then there was the infamous species like Species 8472, as seen in Star Trek Voyager. Both have a hierarchy. The Cybermen have cyber leaders, cool cyber controllers, fat cyber controllers, and cyber planners, whereas the Borg have a queen, which is in control of the Borg collective. The queen is distinct from other Borg drones as it has a personality. Other unique drones are Locutus, who of course was Jean-Luc Picard. No wonder he was pissed. Then there was 7 of 9. While I haven't really seen much too bothered about the Cybermen hierarchy, some have criticised the introduction of the Borg Queen in First Contact, as she made the Borg race feel like a race of grunts. While I can see where some are coming from, I personally love the idea. After all, something has to be in control of a massive hive mind collective. This is one of the best villains in all of Star Trek, I don't care what anyone says. As for the contents these sci-fi icons have appeared in, well, there's a reason I am discussing this. These have both appeared in some of the best episodes in their respective franchises. Cybermen, well, you've got the 10th Planet, the Moon Base, the Tomb of the Cybermen, the Invasion, Earthshock, Spare Parts, and Rise of the Cybermen, just to name a few. With the Borg, you've practically got every episode they turn up in Next Generation, and they're just the dominant villain. Bad ass. There's that opening scene in DS9 which shows the Battle of Wolf 359. Borg just fucking annihilate the Federation here. That's how to start a TV series. Then you have loads of eps in Voyager like Scorpion, Drone, Dark Frontier, and Endgame. All great. They do sort of appear in Star Trek Picard, but in a more reduced capacity, and in my opinion, they're less powerful than what we saw prior to that series. The Borg Queen is pretty great in it though, and I like some of the concepts introduced in here. The best Borg story of them all, though, is easily the best of both worlds, because you feel that the crew of the Enterprise are just no match for them. Also, that cliffhanger is one of the best in TV history.
Mr. Worf, fire.
Whovians and Trekkies will argue for hours over who is better, but I'm going to give you my take. They're both great. Is it any wonder that we got that comic crossover? There's not one that I prefer to the other, because I hold them both in equal regard. Then again, Doctor Who did it first, so fuck it, Cybermen it is.